Welcome to the Bloody and Sutty Show, everyone.
Hey.
I actually forgot to hit record, so now we're just going to loop what we just did. My name is Bloody the Elf. This guy over here is my hetero life mate.
SuttySmash.
Welcome to the show for Jackasses by Jackass. Best show of the year, I'm told. It's coming up right now. We're going to talk about...
Smash that like and subscribe button.
Smash it like into pieces, and then we got a good show to you. We're going to talk to you a little bit about my favorite streaming service. We're going to talk to you about This Week in Dumb, and then we're going to have a Rotten Tomatoes game. I have got to beat your score. I know it's going to be really tough. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, to be honest.
It really is. It's gonna be tough.
It's going to be a tough game for me, for sure. But
yeah, I made sure of it. E2 dubs.
I took it easy on you last week, so of course I'm gonna get.
I didn't pull any punches. I'm fisting you anally this week.
Sorry, Ma.
Make sure my streak stands.
I love that about you.
And I love that about you.
21 is your year. I think I pretty much housed you all last year.
You did, is the thing, and
except for the one where you cheated, whichever one that one was, or it was.
I cheated. What are you talking about?
Do you remember that? Where it was like I was under the impression it was a completely different movie.
It
was that zombie movie. And I thought
that wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault.
It really
was 100% your fault.
Yeah, I just didn't know what you were talking about. That's okay. Yeah, got a fun show.
That sounds like a whole lot like a year problem.
Let's just jump into it. We always talk about the Rotten Tomatoes game frequently. And you're like, how have you not seen these movies? How have you not seen these movies? I think it's time for us all to understand why I haven't seen any of the movies you are always talking about.
Please, enlighten us.
Let's talk about Shudder. Shudder is, we teased it last week. Let's get into it this week. Shudder is the Netflix of horror movies. Do you know, right now, that's not true. The last time that someone counted was in end of April. Do you know how many horror movies are currently streaming on Netflix? You want to take a shot in the dark?
213.
I would have guessed something like that too. Not even close. Correct answer, for those of you at home playing along, we're already having a thrilling game. 82. There's 82 scary movies in the legitimate horror genre. Now, some of those include like ones that don't really fit, that are probably like action movies and whatever, but
and others that are not Shudder exclusives.
Do you want to guess?
I feel like that's a fair distinction, right? That Shudder has some movies that they have that are not Shudder exclusives. There are some movies that are released only on Shudder.
Yeah.
And to their benefit, I guess. Very good. A lot of very good films coming off Shudder exclusive films. But
like the one you watched tonight.
Films. Yeah. I watched Host with my children. Yeah, again.
Third of the year.
Yeah. I watched myself. Well, yeah, you know.
Your kids are older, though. It doesn't count.
They are. Yeah,
well, some of them are. You've got a lot.
They're already tainted. It doesn't matter.
They're in public school. Who we kidding? They're like, this is just Tuesday.
But yeah, man. Like, when I looked at the volume that Shudder has, it's like, oh man, I did not realize that would like. And the thing is, they might not necessarily be Shudder exclusive, but they're only available on Shudder.
So they're not made by Shudder, but they're only sold to Shudder, if that makes sense. So you're not going to get them on Netflix. You're not going to get them on Prime or wherever else. So I almost exclusively watch Shudder. Like, very rarely do I tap. Like, I have a Hulu account that I haven't touched in, I don't know. I watched What We Do in the Shadows today for the first time.
2 years, yeah.
Since, because there was nothing new last year. So, like, I watched up until What We Do in the Shadows ended, and then I'm like,
watch Schitt's Creek for the 5th time.
It's on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
I know.
I did. I watched it several times.
It's so good. Anyway,
but here's the thing.
Sorry.
Shudder does a great job of getting... Okay, so to compare... Netflix has 82 horror movies. Shudder has anywhere at any given time somewhere between 300 and 400. So it's a much larger like pool to choose from. And it's not just it's not it's all over the map. So you can watch like the original Black Sabbath or like Nosferatu,
and Halloween, and
all that. So it's got like your slashics, as they call it.
Nosferatu also very underrated show. You should watch it.
Maybe I will.
Very good.
On Shudder, maybe not. But the Shudder exclusives are really good. Also, it's kind of all over the map. They curate from all over the world too. So there's going to be a lot of like movies you read. You know what I mean, like subtitled or
subtitles. Yeah, and honestly, those are some of the best ones.
They really are. I'm just saying, of all the movies that we had to do for the Disturbia and Suburbia.
Most of those were foreign.
I don't know that any of them were in English. Did we watch one in English? Oh yeah, the one that we.
Oh yeah, the
August Underground.
August Underground.
That's
that was in English.
It was in English.
It was awful. It
dog
didn't
shit.
Even count.
You know what's funny is, it was the only one in English, and it was by far the worst.
The thing is, there were better movies than August Underground, like on the iceberg of shit, like the fucked up movies.
The shitberg? Can we call it that?
The shitberg, yeah. There's The House That Jack Built, that was entirely in English.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
With, like, actors.
Yeah.
That, you know. And that one was, it was like, oh, fuck. And it was in English, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, Shudder's awesome. A lot of people ask, like, so anyway, why am I not ever watching the shit that you're watching? As I have a plentiful amount of movies that, like, the horror genre is my favorite by a long shot, and I'm keep getting fed new stuff. Also, it's a $4.99 service, and it's commercial free. So, like, it's so cheap. It doesn't make sense not to. I think it may have gone up $1. It's at $5.99. I don't know. And I mean, Battle Los Angeles is free on Netflix. I mean, that consumes probably about at least 40% of your time. You know what's funny? I actually watched that movie again recently. I know you did. When I was sitting at home at my when I was house sitting all last week. You saw it when I had to do the show from afar. I watched it while I was there. I didn't have anything to do. There's nothing. Like, I was surprised that, like, even when I took my gaming rig over there, their chairs are so uncomfortable that I couldn't sit at the table and play it.
Can you imagine what my life was like when I had that office chair that I was just sitting in?
Yeah. But then you also answered back with putting a lazy boy there.
Well, yeah. No,
that was a real strong move. Yeah, you replaced it with that shitty
the lazy
office
boy,
chair.
And I replaced it with a shitty office chair.
And it was just worse. But at least you weren't falling asleep there anymore.
Yeah, I was awake more often.
Yeah, it's because you were in excruciating pain the entire time.
All the time.
Hell yeah, dude. But so Shudder's great. If you fancy a scary movie and you like to curl up on the couch on a rainy night and want to watch something that's gonna make your toes curl, or perhaps just jump scare you, or it's got like, instead of having like all the genres laid out, like when you go and like pick genre, it's like horror, action, romance, whatever. Now it's just like
it's all
different
horror.
Types of horror movies. So it's
and the thing is, like the stuff that Shudder puts out and holds on to is very worthwhile. Like if you're a fan of horror, you should absolutely dip into everything that Shudder has to offer, and for the price that it's offering,
super
why
cheap.
wouldn't you?
And
you know
if you it's not, we're not obviously getting paid to mention this at all.
No,
so we don't have like an extra coupon code, but yeah, you can
anyway.
find one.
Like,
and it's so dog
put in
shit
SuttySmash in the coupon area, and you'll get nothing. But do it anyway because it's well worth it.
Yeah,
and they do have a lot of shit in their library and plethora of movies that like you could visit and see and enjoy yourself with. And it's funny enough that like I've visited the Shudder library several times this last week because my kids have been here and they're older and they want to see like scarier shit, and I'm like, well, let me show you something. And it all comes from the Shudder library. So I mean, definitely get in there if you haven't yet. You won't be disappointed.
You'll love it.
That's what I have.
They have a lot of really good,
a
lot of great films. There's always something to watch, and that's something too that like on Netflix and Hulu and everything else I run into it. I had so many options that it's like and none of them I wanted to watch at all, because they just weren't like, they're not for me. Like I'm not going to sit down and watch the piano. You know what I mean?
A lot of them with like Hulu and Netflix, there are a lot of letdowns. Like the second season of Black Summer, I had such high hopes for. Nothing.
It sucked.
Nothing. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Shudder, I've yet to be disappointed with anything they have in their library.
No. Yeah, and it's kind of like it gives you like, going into it, you have kind of a somewhat realistic expectations of, okay, this was from 1987. Like this film probably isn't going to change my life.
Let me temper my expectations here.
I'm probably going to see some boobs and a lot of like corn syrup. So let's go.
But sometimes they're pleasantly surprised also. So yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for, I guess. Yeah. Not even that. Like honestly, with Shudder, I feel like you get more than what you pay for. But
by a long shot.
Yeah.
So check it out, get into it, love it, and Shudder.com. You can sign up there.
Yeah, love it, caress it,
touch it with your hands,
taste it.
That's a little too far. Don't taste it, but touch it with your hands. Okay, you can taste it. I'm back on board for tasting it. Did I tell you? I told you my TV died, didn't I? Yes, because you were trying to like. Look how small my little TV is back there. Look, it's teeny tiny.
Yeah. It's so little.
It's a cute little TV.
It is.
I was amazed that it worked because it was like leaning against the screen, against like the corner of my bed, so that the dog wouldn't climb under my bed. I was fully okay with like this like being destroyed. Like had full expectations that it is shot to shit.
This is where my life is right now. Yeah.
And look at it. It's still going strong.
There it is.
Meanwhile, my other TV died. It could be fixed
for you.
Here's the thing.
Sorry.
It could be fixed, but it's like the main board has died on it. So like you hit the power button and just nothing happens. But like the LED light still flashes at the bottom like it's doing something. It's like, oh, you smug bastard. You're just rubbing it in my face and it's kind of working, but not really. Kind of, but not at all. And so I could get it fixed probably for like $300-400. I could get a whole new TV for $300-400.
Fuck that. Yeah.
And it's like OG original, like smart TV, like from LG. It's that old. This TV owes me nothing, but anyway, I'm TV shopping.
Do that. Get in there. I just found out that like we lost our remote to our LG TV, which is this one right here. Because it's a smart TV, there's an app for it, so I don't even need a fucking remote. I can just use my app and just be like,
same. My living room TV, I don't need the remote for at all.
Which is literally all that I need it for, because it routes through my surround sound and computer and shit.
Totally
so
fine.
It's just like, turn on. That's literally all that I need you for. Yeah.
But it's good, man.
Bro, are you ready? Let's.
A little This Week in Dumb?
Yes. Do you?
All right, where are we at here?
I'll let you start.
I lost my article. Oh. All right, here we go. Loading it up.
Yep.
Goose flying upside down is simply showing off, experts say.
I saw that.
So there's literally a picture of this goose. We'll get a copy of it up there. From Arnhem, from the Netherlands. It's a dark gray... Wow, reading's tough for me today. A dark gray-brown bean goose flying upside down was snapped by an amateur photographer near the Dutch town of Arnhem. The maneuver, called whiffling, is when geese roll their body upside down and twist their neck 180 degrees around to its normal position. So it's upside down and its head's right side up.
That's odd.
I guess geese just do that to attract the lady geese.
Sometimes.
It's not really any different than us, like on bicycles, trying to attract ladies with our sweet bicycle moves.
Yeah, just.
What's up? I'm riding my bike no-handed.
Myself. I can ride a bike with no handlebars. No handlebars.
Immediately stop doing that.
I get it. Similarly, in India, workmen digging a well in a man's backyard discovered $100 million windfall, a 2.5 million carat sapphire cluster. In Sri Lanka, they found, oh shit. It just like literally refreshed while I pulled it up. There we go. Workers digging a well in the backyard of Sri Lankan gem traders stumbled upon a 2.5 million carat sapphire cluster. Lucky find was made in the southern city of Ratnapura, known as Sri Lanka's City of Gems. The cluster, named a Serendipity Sapphire, is a staggering 39 inches long and 28 inches wide. So basically these guys are digging
This?
Well, it's like, no, that's
39 inches.
Yeah. 39 inches is 3 feet. 3 feet.
Change.
So like that. God damn, yeah.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah, that's a big ass.
What's it worth?
Right? It's $100 million.
That's crazy.
$100 million.
Who do you sell it to?
The sapphire up.
Okay.
People? I don't know.
I'm trying to hide
like, and that's the thing. Like, right with gemstones, it's like they're most profitable at their like discovered size and weight and shit. So when you divvy that up, I feel like it cuts into its profitability, maybe, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, $100 million is what it was at its source, and that's fucking insane because they were just digging a water well for this fucking asshole.
That's bananas.
Like, yeah, goddamn.
In the City of Gems, huh? It must happen all the time there, I guess. I just think I would sit there with a shovel. I'm like, I got it. Going to work.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm moving to the city of gems.
Does Sri Lanka have universal
I'm digging deep. I'm digging deep. What?
Does Sri Lanka have universal health care?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'll look it up for you right now if you haven't already.
I'm on it. Yeah, it does, of course. Free access to government provided health services.
No, I wouldn't.
Since the 1930s.
You dig deep. You dig deep, and if you get hurt, then they take care of you, and you go back to digging deep after you're healthy.
Just like, keep in mind, the reason why we don't quit our jobs and try and do something like magnificent with your life is because you need health insurance, right?
Yeah.
But there it's provided. So it's like you can just go and like legitimately be like, I'm going to go take a shovel out back, see what I find. And that could be your career.
Right.
Because
okay,
you get your insurance elsewhere.
Good luck. Yeah. It's like if you hurt yourself, don't worry, we got you.
Bro, did you know that the United States is the only country in the world that has credit scores?
No, I did not actually. I thought
we're it.
The European Union had it as well.
Like, I was talking to my buddy from Germany, and he was like, they do like a check to make sure you can afford something, but that you don't have like a score that follows you around. It's like, how much money do you make? How much is your house payment? All right, like, should be able, in theory, to be able to
you got it then,
finance this. You should be able to pay that.
Yeah. That must be nice.
Like that movie, Fight Club, the ending must be real fucking confusing for anybody who doesn't have that.
Like everybody starts off as zero. It's like, isn't that where we were in the first place? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. God, that movie's so good though.
Fight Club was a great movie.
Really is.
Who's gonna argue that? Nobody.
Hey,
beat them. Let's do it, baby.
Are you ready?
I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. I
know that. Hey, I know that. All right, and with that in mind, I gotta pull up my email because I emailed this to myself.
Nice. You know what's funny is I just did that week in dumb, strictly on the fly because I completely forgot about it. I forgot it was a thing.
All right. Well, so we talked about Shudder.com and its offerings to the general public.
Yes.
So I decided to do a Shudder.com themed.
I love this.
Rotten Tomatoes game. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with 6 friends accidentally invite the attention of demonic presence during an online seance and begin noticing strange occurrences in their homes. Directed by Rob Savage, starring Haley Bishop, Gemma Moore, and Emma Webb. I'm talking, of course, about 2020's Host.
This was a 2020 BS Award nominated for Best Horror Film, losing only to Midsummer. Is that correct?
Correct.
I remember that. Had Midsummer not come out last year, it could have won. However,
could have been. It was an underdog.
The critics agree.
Like even with that, it was an underdog.
Yeah. But do you think the critics feel the same way? This one is going to be 1,000 times more difficult than anyone I've ever given you. Because it could be all over the board. I'm going to assume that critics probably like this one, but weren't crazy about it. I feel like 50 is going to probably be like my guess for a lot of these movies. This one I'm going to guess is fresh, barely at 60%.
Well, you're going to hurt yourself a lot because this is one of the few that I've ever seen that is a perfect 100%.
How many reviews does it have?
I don't know. Let me look. I'll look right now.
Yeah, why not?
I will. Don't worry.
It's probably like 5.
I don't know, man, but it's 100%, which is 89 reviews.
Well, the more you know. I like it. I'm happy that it's doing well.
89 reviews, 100% certified fresh. The first perfect score, literally, I think that I've ever seen.
It's rated higher than Forrest Gump.
It really is. That's a lot. That's a lot, dude. 89 reviews at 100% certified fresh. I'm sorry, what did you guess again? I
gained 40 on that one.
Okay.
I had 60. I mean 90.
Okay.
I said 90, so I gained 10.
Okay. Yeah, man. So this film, there wasn't a lot interesting about it. It was legitimately filmed entirely using Zoom during the COVID-19 lockdown.
Yeah.
Additionally, all the actors and actresses used their real names. Like, they were legitimately named Haley and Gemma and Emma, and like those were their real names.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those are their real names for the whole thing. Like, that's just, it was what it was. But yeah.
Well, that's.
Are you ready for your next film?
I am ready for my next film. Thank you.
The next film, a family finds themselves terrorized by their 8-year-old son's imaginary friend. Directed by Brandon Christensen, starring Keegan Connor, Tracy, and Jeff Kline. Talking about 2019's Z Wants to Play, or simply Z to some people.
This one's on my list. I haven't seen it yet, but I think I watched the trailer for you.
Okay.
I want to say, here's the thing with these, it's going to be a lot like the last one, where there's not very many reviews. And, so I would assume that it's going to be dramatic in one way or the other. I don't know. I have no idea. Because it could be anywhere. So it's either going to be really high or it's going to be really low. Or it could be like 50. Like two people reviewed it. One guy liked it, the other one didn't. Or
would it help you? So, for the benefit of Shudder being what it is, would it help you if I told you how many reviews there were on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Okay. There were 32 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics.
I'm trying to even think like what kind of people who would have reviewed it. I'm getting way too in my head about this. I don't know. I didn't see the film. I don't know anything about it outside of what you just read.
I thought you watched it.
Mm-mm. So I'll say.
Okay, my bad then.
It didn't matter. I'm gonna guess 80%.
Okay. That's gonna be terrible. It's actually a very good movie. 20. It's a very good movie. I like it a lot. It actually is fresh at an astounding 97%.
Yes.
So you gain 17 on that one, but it's I definitely recommend watching it. If you haven't already, then definitely do. But 17 is what you got on that one.
Okay.
Fun fact about this one is Sarah Canning plays Jenna. She also played a character named Jenna in The Vampire Diaries. There's really not a lot. Like,
you're not gonna have
a lot to draw from. Yeah, not a lot to draw from in these. All right. So the next one, another successful exorcism streamed online, or so it seems.
I love it.
Can The Exorcist producer and their team bring the ratings up. Ratings skyrocket when a real demon gets involved. Directed by Damien Levesque, starring Ryan Guzman and Kyle Gallner and Alex Angeles. I'm talking about 2019's The Cleansing Hour.
I really like this movie a lot. I've seen it more than once.
I know you have.
I would guess this was actually, in terms of like it's a newer movie, and it has it's a story that's been told before. It's basically just a exorcism movie, but it is a very fresh way of telling it. Like, it's on a live stream instead of a whatever, and it's these guys like faking these and selling merchandise and ripping each other off, and they're both legitimately bad people. Like, I love it. I would say, how many reviews has it got?
I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Sorry.
It's okay. If it's short like the other one, I'm gonna go real high.
Okay.
I think.
Sorry, man.
It's even had like that, like comedic breakaways, and
it only has 26 reviews on that one.
Go like 85.
85? That's not terrible. It was actually rated with the amount of reviews that it got. 26 at 73.
Yeah,
so only got 12 on that one.
That's
not bad. Okay. Fun fact about that one is
was there one?
Nothing. Apparently, cool. I have nothing for that one.
Yeah, that
moving
tracks.
on. Moving on. On a secluded farm in nondescript rural town, a man is slowly dying. His family gathers to mourn, and soon a darkness grows, marked by waking nightmares and a growing sense of something evil is taking over the family. Directed by Brian Bertino, starring Martin Ireland, Michael Ava Jr., and Julie Oliver Touchstone. Talking about 2020's The Dark and the Wicked.
Oh, this one was actually scary.
Yeah.
I watched this and I was immediately like, you have to watch it now.
Yeah, I remember.
Did you watch it too?
Yeah, I sure did.
Did it make you feel a little uneasy watching that one? I'm like, I don't like it.
I didn't like it. Yeah, I was uncomfortable.
Especially when she started like seeing that old lady.
Yeah.
It's always old ladies. It's never like 30 something and confused. Like, have you seen my phone?
Where's this very attractive 30-something-year-old that just appeared in my house?
Trying to find her friend like she's drunk.
Yeah.
Where's Kenzie?
It felt like
I blew your dad.
It felt like a very fucking supernatural Sex in the City.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with this movie was actually really good. I don't see a lot of people saying this was a bad movie because it wasn't cheap thrills. I liked it. I would say, how many reviews?
I'll tell you right now, I'm just looking that up. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna ask the next one too if you want to like get a.
No, I know. I will. Because
you look really nice in red, by the way.
Because of the medium. Thank you. 105 reviews.
Oh, it's up there. 80%.
80? That's not terrible, man. It actually is scored certified fresh with a 90, so you only gained 10 on that one. Fun fact about this one is nothing. There's
cool.
Nothing
no trivia.
Really, yeah. The thing with Shudder films is like they're very good.
They're all indie
because they're so because they're so low key indie films. There's not a lot to be like, hey, did you know?
Yeah, no.
There's not a lot of that. The last one. Are you ready for your last one?
Let's go.
Okay. The company of wolves is better than that of man. Once upon a frenzied time, woman means man, woman dance with a man. Man kisses woman, man grips woman, woman escapes man chases woman. Nothing new, or is there? Directed by Vincent Paranad, starring Lucy DeBay, Aria Warthalter, and Kieran O'Brien. Talking about 2020's Hunted.
Is that the one where the lady's got her mouth wide open on the thing like that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've seen that one. Meh. This movie's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rate it lower. Although I don't know, man. This one's a tough one.
Hold on. Let me make sure that I'm giving you accurate information. I'm sorry.
I think I'm right. Pretty sure.
I think you are also, but I don't want you to. I don't want it to be a thing where it cheated. You know? Yes, it is 100% yes. Yeah, which is like
yelling, right? Yeah. The lady doesn't even look like that when she watched it. Did you watch this movie?
Yes, I did.
It's meh, right?
She never looks like that once. She's just like.
That was okay. She did do a lot of yelling in the books, though. I didn't like this movie nearly as much as the others that you've mentioned. So I'm gonna go. How many?
Getting it for you right now. I'm sorry.
This could potentially go like 20%.
I know. 47 reviews total.
That's not very many. This could be low. I don't know though, because I think they like strong female leads too. Unless they're Angelina Jolie, then they hate it. 50%? I don't know.
50?
This is the hardest genre because it's so all over the map for no real rhyme or reason.
Yeah. 50 your final answer?
Could be 50, it could be 90. I don't fucking know.
So 50?
Yeah, let's just go 50.
Okay. All right, so 50 is not terrible because it was fresh at 60, just barely.
I think I got 10 on every single one.
You almost really. So you are at 32, 49, 89 is your total score there.
I kept it under 100 and 40 of it was one run.
Not terrible. Yeah, no, like literally 40 of it was the very first film, but the rest of it, golden.
What was the score I needed to beat? I mean, I didn't, but
I think it 39, if I remember right. I didn't look it up.
All right, well,
and that's my fault.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. I know I didn't get it.
You didn't.
The score right there. See it? That's the score. And I didn't do better than that score. Good job winning, buddy.
I do what I can. But good job, man. That was a valiant effort, really. It was.
That was a good comeback.
This was not a softball like you gave me last week.
Oh, this was hard.
It was.
I still kept it under 100.
Shudder films are difficult, and the fact, literally, the fact that you kept that on 100 is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So good job to you. So.
You want to bring us home?
Yeah, there was. There we are, bringing you, the horror specialties of the last 2 years. I hope in the weeks and months coming that you don't need to seek these types of things to put your mind at ease. But if you do, take our suggestions, and we love you endlessly for taking our recommendations on that. Yeah. But I am SuttySmash. This is my hetero life mate.
Bloody the Alpha Money, guys. Keep it posy.
What is?
Boom. Right there. I just smashed the Flow Rida song in there. I hope people liked it.
Sure I did.